Welcome back once again, Real People, Real Life, Wichita, Kansas.
America! I
didn't do it.
You can say Erica. You can just say Erica.
You know, we kind of went right through our segment 2 and 3 and didn't even stop for a commercial break. Okay, sorry guys. But this is our last little segment on this show, and it's probably not going to be the last show on this subject. Shauna, thanks for staying here with us.
Thank you guys for having me on.
And oh man, so I think that we kind of got through what is Crohn's, got through some of the horrible things that the pharmaceutical industry and medical industry has put you through, and we kind of have an idea now of why we are where we are and what's going on in Garden City. Okay. We've had a couple of pre-court trial hearings, and now it's time in June 26th to go to jury trial.
Yes.
Okay, bring us to date.
So they're charging me with child endangerment charges, which I'm still confused about, because if I won my sink case and I now have my child, then what's up? So,
make sure that the people that are watching this understand that you have your child back. You won that case.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yet they're still attaching a child endangerment to your case.
Yes.
It's very confusing.
Well, the state came after me with everything they had. So, child endangerment within 1,000 feet of a school. I think I missed it by 40 feet. Yeah. So, and no one's out there measuring this stuff, so I just kind of was like, oh, yeah, that's totally far enough away. So, and what do? I mean, you call your landlord. How close are you to a school? Right. No, you don't do that. No. So, let's see. So they got me with being, in possession. Oh, yeah. With intent to distribute, but they have there was no intent to distribute, so I don't know why that's still on there. A lot of these things that the people don't know about, they throw all of these charges at you because if you get found not guilty on one, they can find you guilty on another. And some of these have mandatory minimums.
Right. So what are you looking at? What do we got?
Several of them have a mandatory minimum one of them has a mandatory minimum of 15 years. What? So it's ridiculous. But people need to understand, people are individuals, okay? You know, when people say, well, you can't judge one when there's one bad apple and there's all the rest. Okay, you're doing that in the court of law with everyone if you're not listening to individual stories.
Correct.
Okay? And so if what I was doing had no malintent on any of those, then I feel I should be found not guilty in all of it. Right. Because it is not wrong to want to live. Correct. And in the whole basis of our Constitution, this whole country, it really is, you do what you got to, as long as you don't hurt anybody else. Correct. Or yourself. Correct. So with this whole thing, what we're able to prove is cannabis is a biological necessity. If the endocannabinoid system, which is cannabinoids that you make within your own body without ever ingesting the plant, is the largest system of the human body, and when you take cannabis, it increases your brain function, it makes you smarter, it helps your neurological systems, it does anti-inflammatory, it allows your body to heal itself because your body knows what to do. It just needs to talk to itself right. And giving it an essential vitamin, which is what cannabis oil essentially is, then you're giving the food your body needs for its cells to communicate and for you to actually heal.
There's a lot of doctors, even here in the United States, that have brought a lot of this medical information to the forefront, and a couple of those doctors have actually testified on your behalf already in a pre-court setting. What date do we find out who the experts will be, who they are going to be when they're approved? Did you get that on
I don't think I remember that one. I don't think I even wrote that one down.
Okay.
I think within the next week is when he's going to bring forth his decisions on
it. Ladies, I had a thought real quick.
Yeah.
Just going back to what we discussed earlier, where you said you basically parented from your couch for several years. Is that right? So if they're still bringing child endangerment charges against you, it just seems ridiculous based on looking back where you weren't able to parent.
Right. Yeah, I'm a better mother now.
Exactly. Yeah. So that thought occurred to me, and I think maybe everybody needs to take a closer look at that.
They do.
I'm somebody who suffers from physical ailments too. Like, I didn't make it last week because I woke up and I was like, my joints are not working today.
Oh, and that's horrible.
I couldn't get up and walk. I couldn't, just ugh. So I completely understand where that's coming from. And if I could have something where I could get up and parent, that's a whole other thing.
Will you have some? If you could have something that gives you your normal back,
Yes.
and allows you to live in your own body and do things, go to Walmart, go to the store,
Exactly.
go to kids' functions at school. I couldn't do that.
I can't get up and make dinner some days.
I understand.
So
It's
how,
hard.
with all of the states becoming legal medically, how is it that they're still spending so much money to press charges against you and bring this before the courts? I mean, I just don't understand. I realize it's still illegal here, which I don't understand because they make a synthetic.
Yeah, Marinol's okay.
Marinol's okay, but the natural isn't. It's very confusing. I mean, follow the money. That'll be your answer. But my question to you is, how do they justify spending this much money to try you for something that other states have gone ahead and legalized? I don't understand. We're hot, skip, and a jump from being legal just like everybody else. I feel like the federal government is going to finally be like, the people need this. Okay, and then, I mean, Kansas is going to be hard-pressed, probably one of the last few, but, I mean, it's going to be here, but I don't understand why they're justifying spending all this money.
Well, Kansas has told the media that, well, you can't just do this. This isn't how you change laws. Well, I'm sorry, but when I started this, I've been speaking all over the country. I've been trying to change laws all over the place. And through that education and through watching other states legalize, I'm watching through legalization more persecution, less freedom, and it's scary. And so what it boils down to is, you're right, money. And what people are telling everyone is, you have to write a bill so that it appeals to the legislature so they can make money off of your disease, your sickness, your illness, your suffering, your pain. They have to make money off of it in order to make this okay for everyone. And that's bullshit.
Well, and let me jump in there, because listen to it all coming from the political side of this. And as you know, I've been a skeptic when it comes to marijuana and cannabis. I like the medical side of it. And you're right. I mean, you're not a pot smoker. You're not the pothead. You're not
Right.
the crazy. It's not like that. And even on the recreational side, like you mentioned, it harmed the state of Colorado.
Absolutely.
And that's why I left Colorado, because I can't deal with that stuff. The medical side of it has a purpose, and I think that your case is going to change legislation here in the state of Kansas. The reason, to kind of answer your question as well, on why they're throwing so much money at this, is because, unfortunately, it's still illegal in Kansas, and the fact that you did it in the state of Kansas is why it's all a big hoopla. And it's unfortunate, because I think that this could change for future things, which is going to be a good deal. The problem,
This part started in Kansas.
Exactly.
That's what people
Exactly.
need to realize.
Exactly.
I found my oil from that little machine was the first CBD oil tested in Colorado.
the problem, the struggle that we're going to have on the political side is that, as you mentioned, it's all about the money, and it's about activists and special interests on the other side. For example, Arizona has their medical marijuana as well down there. You can get your green card, but when you get your green card, you are not allowed to apply for a concealed carry or own a firearm in your home now. These are the kind of the attachments that you can get. Me being the conservative, small-minded, small, limited government individual.
Small-minded.
Well, one of those. There we
Come
go.
on, Andy.
But being one of those small, limited government individuals, I'm either for legalize it all and just don't even regulate it and leave the government out of it completely.
I agree.
Or keep the special interests off of it. And unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen, because look at what happened in Colorado. Now,
See, I don't think
it's-
there's a bad thing that happened in Colorado. They've had a lot of positive come out of it. With every
some degree.
situation, there's going to be those who try to be that spoiled apple in the bunch that ruin it for everyone. But I feel like it was a very positive thing. And
They did take
I know that
freedoms
they-
away from the public in
right,
Colorado.
like you said, that
It took
Because-
focus away from the benefits of the medical side.
Exactly.
It
because
really did.
That's why
And
you have
free market
10,000
capitalism no longer exists. It's only a monopoly
Exactly.
now.
It's the monopoly. It's the government that said we're going to tax the buds at 300%. We're going to fund the X, Y, and Z, and they still run into a budget shortfall because they don't know how to manage the money.
Yep.
So we allowed them to create another department to regulate it, tax it, and then spend it inefficiently. And then wonder why it's not happening. When we have 10,000 plus people a month moving to Colorado for the party and not for the benefits of the medical side, that's what we're going to run into. And that's the problem I have with it. These types of cases is why we absolutely do need the medical side of it. Just to be clear, but it's it's unfortunate because there's always going to be that dirty politics played in there when you try and actually advance and move that needle a little
Well,
bit.
Yes.
I think that ultimately legislation has to change, but again, you have to put yourself in Shauna's shoes. You know,
I don't have time for
yeah,
legislation.
well,
You really
and I
don't.
never have.
well, they're asking you the question of why can't you do it later? Well, you might be dead later if you keep
would've
going the way
been.
you're going. Yeah,
Absolutely. I
So
would've
again,
been.
we have to put ourselves in a place that what would we do? Now, for me, we're talking about the synthetic that they already prescribe. I'll throw my faith base into this right here with no hesitation. I trust what God puts in a substance
Absolutely.
a whole lot more than what I do from what some pharmaceutical company is going to put into a substance.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I
I do want to say
agree.
real quick. Because I know we're running out of time. If you can, please plan on attending. The court date is June 26th. It's probably going to last that whole week. I know when I was leaving Friday and speaking with the judge about being there, the room will be full. I'm sure there's going to be overflow. And as far as media, I hope we were teasing the judge, which, by the way, that is a fantastic judge there in Garden City. He has been more than fair. He's done a fantastic job. I can't say enough good things about this man. Fantastic and fair judge. Thank you, sir.
And this is going to be in Garden City.
Yes.
It is at Finney County Courthouse in Garden City, and they're looking for 72 folks to start off with trying to get a jury placed. So this is going to be big, and I do agree this case could set legal precedent in so many ways.
Yep.
And please pay attention. And this isn't about Shauna's son never did anything. Okay, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything.
she didn't do anything wrong.
And she didn't do anything wrong
Nope.
either. Okay, so
Political speech being attacked in a school and squelched with the parents being persecuted
exactly.
and them making money off of the entire thing.
There you go. Shauna, if people
always
want to get a
about
hold
money.
of you, if you have questions, how can people find you on Facebook?
Yeah, people can
Okay.
find me on Facebook very, very
Okay.
easily.
And the name of the book again?
It's Live Free or Die, and you can find that on Amazon or on the publisher site, authorhouse.com.
Okay, and please, I think that the money from the book right now is what's really helping Shauna.
It's
eat.
helping me eat. It's helping me
Eat.
pay my bills
Yes.
because all of this media locally, they really stomped me hard, and my business went under. And then I got sick, and I haven't had the strength to get
Right.
back to work yet.
So please, if you can, purchase the book. I mean, you'll love the book for one, and you'll learn a lot from the book. And I know Shauna would appreciate being able to eat and pay some bills too. Okay, I know we got to I know we got to go. You guys, thank you. Thank you guys. We'll be back.
Thank you guys.
Another time. Real People, Real Life, Wichita, Kansas, America.
America.
We love you.